This is Valley News Live at 10.
Welcome to Valley News Live at 10. I'm Justin Betty. We've now surpassed 200 cases of mysterious pediatric hepatitis. It's stumping doctors worldwide. North Dakota's first case was reported yesterday in Grand Forks County. Minnesota has a few confirmed cases as well. Valley News Team's Alex Larson spoke with local doctors to find out what we need to know.
They get exposed to some infection and then several weeks later come down with this hepatitis. Is it something where they're eating? Is it a virus? Is it a bacteria?
The illness has, in some cases, required liver transplants and even death. But the pediatric hepatitis symptoms seem to start off common.
Many illnesses in children, the symptoms vary widely. Anything from the sniffles, upper respiratory infections. More commonly with the hepatitis, you're going to see vomiting, diarrhea, fever, fatigue, decreased appetite, and the hallmark sign of jaundice or yellowing of the skin or eyes.
It's not as though it's an illness or a condition that is purely affecting the liver, but I'm sure the children will present with a general illness and they would find that their liver enzymes are inflamed, suggesting that the liver is somehow involved with the whole disease process.
As for the case in Grand Forks County,
mild illness and completely recovered. That's the first and the most important message.
Dr. Shelton says the good thing about this is it's not common. That doesn't mean it doesn't have a chance of becoming so, though.
Well, the wonderful thing about children is that they're truly, although people don't like this word, resilient. And like a healthy child who doesn't have a lot of other terrible things, like they're an alcoholic or they have other poisonings to their liver, they can recover pretty quickly.
Sanford's Dr. Horner says cases of hepatitis in children are self-limited.
Meaning they go away all on their own. Other ways that we can support hepatitis in children is watching liver function. If we need to replace electrolytes, giving vitamin K to make sure clotting cascades are appropriate in children.
You know, adenovirus infections have been around for years.
There is thought that an adenovirus may be linked to the mysterious hepatitis. And Dr. Shelton and Dr. Aya say doctors worldwide have seen tons of adenoviruses, like what causes a common cold.
Immunized children, and many adults now too, against hepatitis B and hepatitis A. You know, there are some others out there which are ugly too. Like there's a whole little alphabet list of things.
And in response to some saying that this disease is coming from the COVID vaccines, the experts all agree.
I have to tell you, the Pfizer vaccine and Moderna had nothing to do with adenovirus. They were not vector-based vaccines.
That's Alex Larson reporting. If you have any worries about your child, the experts recommend doing an e-visit or stopping by a clinic rather than going straight to an emergency room. Well, tomorrow night is a first alert weather day. Some storms are moving through the area, but until then, we're enjoying some nice weather. Here's First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson with details. Hutch.
Justin, thanks so much, and good Friday evening, everyone. A few days of warm weather, nice weather, letting our rivers do what they need to do. We are tracking a thunder shower that's out there. It's rumbled its way out of the Lake Sakakawea area, and it's heading toward the Devil's Lake Basin right now. Here's the latest on that. Just one isolated cluster of thunder and lightning there heading in toward the Maddock area. Sprinkles in Hallock, Cavalier, and up near Pembina. All in all, though, this guy dumping some fairly heavy rain as it moved over the Harvey area. It's making its way towards Maddock right now. Notice that you don't see any blue lightning strikes here anymore, just the white ones. These are negative charges, and those are usually associated with, well, some weakening of this system. That's the good news. I don't expect it to last much longer now that we've lost our sun. 10:27. It should be in that Maddock area. There's 15 minutes, there's 30 minutes out, 45 minutes out. We'll keep you posted. Locally heavy rain from that in a very small area is possible. Check out this from Tara in Pembina, North Dakota. As the Pembina River joins the Red River, the problems there continue. We're watching rising rivers there. We're watching rising rivers down south as well on the Cheyenne River Valley. And the weekend, as you mentioned, Justin, does bring a chance for more wet weather. Saturday night and Sunday, another around Monday. Both First Alert Weather Days details in a moment.
All right, thank you, Hutch. Tonight, police are still searching for a suspect after they say he stabbed someone in South Fargo this morning. Officers say a 24-year-old man called 911 after he was stabbed in the stomach around 5 a.m. Happened in the area of 25th Street, just south of 13th Avenue. When our team arrived, police were using a loudspeaker to tell someone to surrender. Despite a 2-hour search, including the help of a canine unit, police weren't able to find the suspect. Police are now asking folks to keep an eye out for this man, a white man in his mid to late 20s with long dark hair, last seen wearing a red shirt, dark pants, and a yellow and black head covering. The victim was conscious when police arrived and was then taken to a hospital for a deep cut to his stomach area. New developments tonight in the case of 10-year-old Lily Peters of Wisconsin, who was killed. The teenager was charged with killing, and the teenager who is charged with killing and sexually assaulting that girl, then tried to hide her body. According to the criminal complaint released the day after strangling and assaulting Peters last month, the 14-year-old suspect, who has not been named, ran from the scene, saying the boy then went home, showered, put his dirty clothes in the laundry. Then, after hearing Peters was considered missing, he returned to the scene, trying to hide her body, moved it, covered it with leaves. The teen is due back in court again June 24th. We learned today Grand Forks police and federal agents seized computer disks and other items in the home of North Dakota's longest-serving state senator. The search came after Ray Holmberg traded scores of text messages with a man in jail on child pornography charges. Now, according to this police report, Grand Forks police detective and 2 Homeland Security special agents searched his home back on November 17th. The police report said Holmberg was there during the search, but we still don't know what was on the disks, which were found in a bedroom drawer. The search happened about 3 months after Holmberg exchanged 72 text messages with a man named Nicholas James Morgan DeRoser while he was being held in the Grand Forks County Jail. Holmberg is being represented by attorney Mark Fries, who says he hasn't seen the search warrant and has had a hard time getting information from state and federal authorities on why his client is even being investigated. The superintendent of public works in Harwood is named Bernie Stash. He'll continue receiving pay as he sits in jail. City officials in Harwood held a special meeting today to discuss what to do while Stash is detained. We first told you earlier this week he was arrested for domestic assault and making terroristic threats following what police say was a domestic violence situation. A woman was able to escape, run from the home. SWAT teams brought in. Court documents say during the standoff, Stash waved and pointed a gun. Harwood leaders point out Stash has not yet been convicted. They believe he deserves the benefit of the doubt for being a valuable city employee for 27 years. Still to come on Valley News Live at 10, an inmate speaks out about how a new program is giving him a second chance.
And some sunshine, some warm weather, doing the numbers on some of the lakes out there. As we went through our day yesterday, the Weimer Lake area near Frazee did get ice off achieved. Thanks so much to Victor and Alicia Peterson for sharing this. Watch it just there. There it is, that quick. Also, Pelican Lake, now ice-free. Your forecast has some rain details next.